piece, I want to talk about product transfers. Now, product transfers are at the highest levels ever. So if you've got a situation where your current lender has not offered you a product transfer, or indeed, as with some lenders historically, they've not even had product transfers at all to offer, and so you've not been able to avail yourself of those, and maybe you're sat on standard variable rate, then write this down. You can revisit that situation, because lenders are now changing, they're evolving, they're starting to offer product transfers. Are they just becoming nice lenders who are deciding to offer more choices to their customers? No, that's not the case. What's happening is something called consumer duty. It's a label given to a type of regulation that the regulators have put in place quite recently. And frankly, it's forcing lenders to be fairer to their customers, to widen the choice of products that they offer to their existing customers. And that's why we're seeing quite recently lenders like Precise Mortgages, Fleet Mortgages, TML, the mortgage lender, and LendInvest, to give just some examples of lenders that in the recent past have either cherry-picked the customer that they want to offer a PT to, product transfer, or indeed that lender didn't offer product transfers at all, which meant you were restricted to two options as a landlord when they come to the end of the deal. You either, one, did nothing, which means you're going to a standard variable rate, invariably a lot higher, or two, you had to pack your bags and you had to go elsewhere. So if we can offer an option 3 now, and that lender can offer loyalty products for you to retain that business, then more choice, more options is only a good thing. And with 1.6 million mortgages coming to an end in 2024, then I suspect I'm talking to you, and you will have perhaps some of those mortgages coming to the end of their deals pretty soon. Now, I briefly want to talk about some pros and cons with product transfers, because although I'm saying that they're at the highest level ever, we have to be a little bit wary, because let me talk through some of the pros and then also some of the cons. So some of the pros: the costs are kept to a minimum. There's no valuation fees to pay out. Because the lender usually will keep a tab on an index valuation, so it always knows what it believes your property is worth. And that can, sometimes work in your favour, maybe sometimes not. There's no legal cost. There's already a first charge secured against your property by that lender. So there's no solicitors involved. So no cost. The implication of all that is that means it's a lot speedier. There's less links in the chain, so we can get you out of that deal and onto the new deal sort of quicker. And the final thing is there's no credit checks. So if you've been unfortunate and been in a situation where maybe you've had some late payments, maybe you've got into arrears, maybe there's been a default, even worse, county court judgment, any of those sorts of things, then you probably don't want a credit check to be done by a lender. And that's going to happen with that option if you're going to be packing your bags and moving off to another lender. So real advantage of staying with your existing lender, that they will move you onto a new deal without doing a credit check. So some great advantages there. So what's the flip side of the coin? Well, sometimes the price of convenience, the price of speed, is that you're not going to get the most competitive rates. Now, it might be, but there's a chance that they're not the most competitive out in the market. And so that might be the price you're paying for convenience. So again, speaking to a broker, someone that can look at the whole of the market, they will compare the loyalty products with the product transfer compared to everybody else. So you've got some peace of mind knowing if that product transfer is indeed the best way forward. Now, the other thing about product transfers, in particular, if you are a landlord that arranges their own mortgages and goes back to the lender, then one of the downsides is that lender will not take into account any change in your circumstances, any change in your needs. So that's not taken into account, and unlike when you work with a broker who is understanding any sort of changes and advises accordingly. So the takeaway point from this, that again, you might want to jot this down, is have a look at the deals that you currently have, the mortgages that you've got. Are they going to end in the next 6 months? If they are, start to get your ducks lined up now, start to engage with the broker and get that new rate locked in very early in the new year, so that you've got the best of both worlds. If rates go up between now and when your deal ends, you don't care because you've got that great rate locked in. If you want to speak to us about any of that, there'll be a link at the end of this piece. Just click on it or cut and paste, put it into your browser, take you through to our diary, and just book some time with the team, and we will see if we can help you.